hopefully we have a better connection this time. That was crazy. I've never seen it. Okay, we're not needed. All right, I've never seen it quite that bad before, except for when we first started and we weren't wired. That first time we did the marathon, we dropped all the time, but that was a lot of drop frames. If we were playing, our hands would be like. Okay. So, now, the other thing that you're going to do during your turn is combat. If you're ever in the same location as somebody of a different color than you, combat ensues. This is after movement, so you can move all your units before you start your combat and stuff. And then the person that has moved into the area is the attacker. And kind of the most important thing to remember about that is the attacker does everything first. So the defender gets to see what they're doing before they choose their cards. And the defender's dice rolls, they win all ties. So there's some benefits to being a defender. So what's going to happen is whoever the attacker is, and again, we want to put these up where people can see, so I'll probably play my action cards here, and if you can do yours. They're not going to see our cards, I want to show them the number. So let's say I had 2 cards and I contribute both of them. It would look like so. It would look like so. Just so you know that I'm playing 2. I play them face down. You don't get to know what I'm playing. But you'll get to see how many I commit before you decide how many you would commit. And vice versa. If you were the attacker, I would see what you get to do. So you get to decide. Then we reveal our cards simultaneously. Resolve any effects on the cards that take place before the dice are rolled. So in some cases, I might have a combat card. Maybe I'm only using the combat up here, but there could be an effect specific to combat in here that I have to resolve first. So you want to look at that. The other thing I wanted to bring up is some of these powers have a little lock on them. I don't know if you can see it really well, but it's a black box when you look at it on camera, but it's a little padlock. What that means is these abilities are not available until you upgrade the character to unlock it. That's what those big circles are on your character sheet. And just so folks know, we can't see it because I zoomed into the map, but this is our player record, and we're going to be keeping track of our abilities. We'll let folks know as we play what we're upgrading.
And look, they're little keys.
They're like little keys. And then we have our other ways of tracking. It's like a character sheet, basically. But just be aware that you can't use these abilities. You'll literally only be using the stuff on the side of the card until you unlock your abilities. Excuse me. So we reveal our cards, we resolve whatever has to be resolved before combat first. Then we total up what our combat values are. So my combat value is 3 for this, plus 3, so I start with 6. That doesn't mean how many dice I'm rolling. I get dice for the units that are there, but this is my number. That's what I'm adding to my dice roll. So if I were to contribute both these handymen, I would get whatever my dice roll plus 6.
Wow.
Make sense? Mm-hmm. Now let's say you were fighting these guys. I'm not going to get any red dice, but I'm going to get 1, 2 blue dice because I have an uncommon in this, and 4 white dice. Roll them together, add your numbers together, and then see who has the highest number. That is combat. So we roll the number of dice equal to the total number. We may need to make separate rolls, so we'll have the attacker roll first, total it up, and then let the defender roll. And again, so if you lose combat, you have to destroy any structures you control at that location. So if the fight took place here, I would lose my turret. And then all of the units that you control in that area have to move somewhere where you have a stronghold. If
so
you don't have
away, basically.
Yes. If you don't have a stronghold in play because it was destroyed, those units die.
Ooh.
They have nowhere safe to go. So just be aware of that. And with territory tokens, what they are is on the top is a combat number, and you just have to beat that combat number with the units that go there. We don't know what those combat numbers are. It's secret. It could be 11. You could move there with 2 little dudes that at the most you're going to get 6. And you flip it over and it's like an 8 or an 11 that you have to beat. Those are usually worth like 4 or 5 money though, so it's pretty good. If you beat it, you get to leave your units there. You now control that area, and you get the money that's on the token, then the token just gets removed from the game. And it's only there the first time. If you are fighting Booker in combat, which can happen. And also if you encounter a space that has an aggressive Booker and units, or one of these, you fight the units first, or you fight this first, and then if you're still okay, then you fight Booker. So just be aware of that. Booker is fought last in those cases.
How could you encounter units and one of the question marks? When the units go into that zone, wouldn't they phase it first?
No, I'm saying what I'm saying is if Booker's here, and you go in here, you fight me first, then you fight this. If he's here, you fight this first, and then you fight Booker. You encounter the space.
I can't encounter you and one of those at the same
time.
No.
What I was explaining was if there are units or one of these, you fight that first.
Oh.
So if he's here and you go here, you fight that first. If he's here, you fight me first.
Okay, so they're always last because they're pussies.
Well, they're usually kind of in the area, and then it's like that in the video game too. Like stuff is going on all over the place. They're just trying to sneak through. And then once the fighting is done, it's really hard to sneak through because now they're like looking for you. So that's sort of how they're playing it out in the board game. So you encounter the space first. If you beat the space, then you encounter aggressive Booker because he can't hide anymore, so he's going to fight you. When you fight Booker, he rolls 3 red dice, so he gets a really high combat value.
Yeah.
And I mean, I think the highest is an 8. So he could get up to 24 points against you.
Or you can get as little as 12.
Yep. Yeah, I think the lowest is a 3 on here, actually.
Yeah. So the lowest is 9. Yeah.
Yeah. So he could roll low or he can kick your ass. He's
still a 9 is not that low.
But 9 is so he's really, really strong. So be aware. He's not fun to deal with. If you defeat him, he gets removed from the board. If Elizabeth was with him, most likely she will be. If you encounter him on a space, you get to control Elizabeth for a period of time. So that is combat. And then after combat, because that's kind of after movement, after all that stuff, we go to the refresh phase. You can discard any number of cards from your hands. You can even discard down to 0, and you draw up to 5. If your deck runs out, you just shuffle and draw. And then after we do this refresh phase, then one of the victory point cards are going to get revealed. So if you want to draw one of those, I know we haven't shuffled that yet, so we can show folks what the victory point cards do and what they look like. They have a title. They will stay in play until someone wins them. And then they have under here kind of what you need to do to be able to win this card. So to win secured, you have to control 3 locations with alarms on them. If you do that, if you're the first person to do that, you take the card and you place one of your victory point counters on that card. And it could be worth more than 1 point. This one's actually only worth 1. It could be worth more than 1. Even though these all say 1 on them, which is kind of a pain in the butt, this is just helping you track what you have control over.
Yeah.
You don't necessarily have to put it on this though, because if you control it, you control it, you know. But with these help you control like this stuff. So each territory is made up of multiple areas. So for example, Territory D is the Garden of Eden and Comstock Center. So if I gain control of the Comstock Center and I have New Eden under control, I now control Territory D. I will take this token and put it right here so that I know I control that territory. It's worth 1 point. Some territories like Territory A are worth 2 points. You're just putting one of these tokens there so that we know that you control it. But then you tally up your points. Keep track of your points, because if you hit 10, you are the winner. If Beth then moves in and takes over one of my areas, I take this away. If she takes control of all the areas, she'll be placing her token here. So those tokens are going to move around a lot.
Don't shuffle the victory card in there.
Did I shuffle the victory?
The very
did?
last one, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Take that, and if you could just shuffle that into the victory card deck. I'm going to shuffle my deck real quick. Okay. Now, there's a couple other special abilities that I want to bring up. Excuse me. Oh, and some effects on cards are only combat effects. They're only reaction effects. It will tell you in parentheses. So some cards you might not even be playing for points or for money. You might just be playing them for the effect. If you have it unlocked. If it has a lock there, you can't do it. But if you have a special ability that's unlocked, you can do that. The other time I should bring up, actually before I bring up more victory point stuff, I should probably bring up how you can upgrade your cards, your player sheet. Mm-hmm. One of the ways is during the build recruit phase, you spend 3 money. Another way is if you win a combat, you can choose to unlock a special ability or upgrade one of these tokens down here, one of these things. So if I take my shotgunner and I upgrade his influence by 1, it means when I play that card, I add a +1 to my influence.
Is the upgrade automatically just the +1, and then you have to upgrade it again to get to a +2?
Yes. So if you want to upgrade it again, you flip it over to +2.
Yeah.
That's if you win in combat. If you purchase it, if you become the first player, and that's the one thing I wanted to mention. To become first player, the person who spends the most influence during the voting phase of the world event is the person who becomes first player. Now, sometimes you might not want to spend anything because it doesn't do you any good to do so. First player token goes to the other person. But there's a risk because they get to upgrade. So you can choose to upgrade if you get the first player. If you claim a victory point card, you will also be able to upgrade for free at that time. So there's multiple ways to upgrade. The other thing to bring up is, we were talking about victory points. The last thing I wanted to bring up is your these things, what these do, because they have other benefits. Stronghold obviously adds 1 red die. It's the most powerful thing that you have. But if a fight takes place at the stronghold and you lose, whichever side loses, they do have to immediately destroy one of their units. So instead of just running away, they lose a unit and then they run away. So that's a little bit different. If I were to lose, for example,
down with a ship.
Yeah. So if we had this fight here, I would lose a unit and I would lose my stronghold because you have to destroy, just for the fight, destroy your location. And then a unit dies, and then actually in my case all the units would die because that's my stronghold. So, so just be aware that that's going to happen, and that only happens in the stronghold locations. And all other locations where fights happen, the loser, if they're controlling a location, the location will, or the not the location, the structure. The structure will be destroyed, but normally your units just run away. But if it's in a stronghold fight, a unit gets destroyed.
They're not going to stay and fight to the end of it affect a turret.
Exactly. They don't care. But the stronghold, they do care. And the people taking the stronghold care. So that's why it kind of makes sense. And then, of course, all the leader units add a red die. So 1 red die per red unit. So in this case, I would get 3 red dice in that fight. And then with the special units, which are the circles, and the turrets, you get a blue die. Excuse me. Now here's the thing with the turrets. You get a blue die for the turret and also each adjacent location gets a blue die. So this is not going to help these guys. But if I took over this bottom area down here, I would get a blue die from the turret down here. Even if I don't have a special unit down here. So that's kind of cool. Same thing with here. These 2 locations are adjacent. So these share a blue border here. These share a blue border here. It's 1 region, essentially. So if I were to place units here, they would get the blue die benefit from the turret. So the turret gives you a blue die for the space it's on and each space it's adjacent to.
So I would get 1 for these 2?
Correct.
Because that's still good.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep, and they have arrows showing you kind of who's adjacent to who. But if you're ever if you're not sure, you can always, ask, but I think it's pretty clear. But like if you notice, in this area is not adjacent.
Well,
to
see,
that
that's
area.
the weird thing. Like this is adjacent to this, but it's not. It doesn't matter because this one is in the space in the middle.
Yeah.
It's not like this whole area is.
It's because they're all individual floating buildings, essentially.
Yeah.
They're not connected technically, but they're close enough where you just hop across, so that's why they count it. So, hey Ryan. Ryan is watching.
Hello.
Welcome. We're playing some Bioshock. And the other type is, we don't have them on the board yet, but there's alarms. Whoops. This one went flying. The alarms contribute 1 die, and also your common people contribute one white die. And they also add a +1 to your total combat value. It's only in the location that it's on. And it's added to all of your combat dice rolls. So, excuse me. And it's whoever controls that alarm. So you get the white die plus you add a +1 to your roll.
You get an alert. You're not being surprised.
Exactly. And that's pretty much it. It's a pretty simple game. It takes a while to explain because there's a lot of stuff that you can do. Let me make sure and we probably want to read what our special abilities are because we each have a leader card, and those leaders come with special abilities. So do you want to start with yours while I shuffle my deck?
All right. So I have Mayor Herzog, which is really sad-looking guy. He's a weapons expert, so the structures I control add 1 additional white die to your combat rolls on the locations they occupy.
Ooh, that's painful. I'm gonna hurt in this game.
Oh, it's just a white die. Don't be whine.
I have Esther Mailer, who is a secret agent. I add 1 influence to all of my action cards.
Okay.
So I get an extra influence.
So you're going to be first player all the time.
Well, it depends on what the world event is. 3, 4, 5. Okay, so we draw our 5 cards. And then if there's a discard effect, that can happen anytime. Unless it tells you otherwise. So it might say discard during your turn. Or it might say discard during combat. Or it could say... So you want to read the description, but it might be outside of that sequence that I talked about. The reason why I mentioned that is I had one. Okay, so... Alright, so the first thing we want to do is draw the world event. And read what it does.
Dun, dun, dun. Emporia crumbles! Cast your vote today. Booker is the swing vote. Place a destruction marker on Laboratory Latouche, location number 8.
Jeez.
All units and structures on that space are destroyed, except for Booker and Elizabeth.
Of course.
Players can still claim victory points for controlling Territory C, but no longer need to obtain Location 8 to do so. Oh, weep, you true patriots, pray to Providence that the fate of the Emporia is not the fate of Columbia.
You know what I just realized? Since it's a question mark on the very first one, we probably should roll up to see who first player is, because they're supposed to decide whether they're going to contribute or take away. I got a 1. Alright, so you get to decide first. Do you want yours to subtract from that, or put a plus? You know what? I think we should put that right here where the destruction markers are.
Okay, like that?
Maybe swap them so that it'll... Because
Can
people don't care.
No.
There we go.
Alright. So basically, if it passes, it gets destroyed, or if it fails, it gets destroyed? Okay.
Yep. There's a benefit to it being destroyed for you, but there's also a negative, because there's an icon there that can be worth money. Mm-hmm. But if it's just... There's two possible negatives. You lose the token, where you could potentially earn money. Mm-hmm. You don't need that location to be able to control their region, so it's one less place to have to fill up. Mm-hmm. But you also can't move through there anymore. Oh. You can skyline around it, but you can't move in there. So there's risk to traveling through there if you need to. So there's benefits and negatives. So it works out well for you to be the first person voting, because you want to decide what your risk versus reward is. Do you want that to happen, or do you not want it to happen?
So are we saying basically that wherever there isn't one of these, you have to skyline?
Yeah.
Because
so
you can't go from here to here without skylining.
Correct.
So there's really no way to get to here from here anyway, without skylining.
Yeah, but your dudes can move in there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I mean, there's no way to get from C to F
without
skylining anyway.
True. You also lose a region where you can defend other regions, too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's kind of a... If it was
it's
between,
in the corner,
if it was between
so it's
me
not
and you, that would be different.
Yep.
So it's a little bit more.
Would you like to add them?
If I add, then I will make it go away.
Yes.
And then you would have to use cards to make it.
If I ever want to go there. It actually makes it easier for me to take over the region, because I'm coming from below, and I don't have to go to that one anymore.
Right. So, I kind of don't want it to necessarily want it to go away. So, sure. I will add. So
You're going to add?
I will add.
Okay, then I will subtract.
Okay. Or actually, yeah.
Alright. And you get to play your cards first, because you're first player.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, technically you're supposed to have that too. You're going to add, but you're not putting any cards in?
Yes.
Oh, you're putting a ton of cards in?
No, I'm not putting any cards
Oh,
in.
okay.
Because if I let you add to make it happen, then you could add a card to make it happen.
Oh, that's true. I see what you're saying.
And since I'm the only one who can add to make it happen, and I'm not going to add anything, then it doesn't happen. Right. Which is basically why what I was doing.
All right.
Because I don't want it to happen.
And then Booker with Elizabeth goes to 9. Wherever the heck 9 is. Where's 9? There's 8. It's gotta be around here somewhere. Did we cover it?
It's the garden.
Oh my god.
It's the Garden of Eden, New Eden, where you are.
Which means I'm gonna have to find. I forgot what the benefit to having Elizabeth is. Probably nothing yet because she's not down on the timeline.
Technically, she's just there.
Yeah, she hasn't started. Like later, controlling her gives you benefits. Sometimes controlling her gives you detriments. And I'm pretty sure that she doesn't really do anything right now. So fighting him right off the bat sucks because there's no point. Okay. So that'll be fun because he is. Oh wait, no, it's not him. He moves there. I don't have to fight him. It's Elizabeth's face, so it goes here.
Yeah.
So, I'm gonna read this. Booker has found Elizabeth and frees her from her imprisonment. Add Elizabeth to the game and move her with Booker. For the remainder of the game, Booker rolls 1 additional white die when he attacks, as long as he is in the same space as Elizabeth. And Elizabeth is under the control of the player. Ugh. That's not fun.
Is that forever or as long as...
Oh, it's for the game. For the rest of the game. As long as he's with Elizabeth.
So even if the token moves?
Yes.
Well,
because it says for the remainder of the game.
Yeah, well that's annoying.
That is very annoying. I told you, Booker and Elizabeth suck. They're great when you're playing them. When you're dealing with them, not so much. Alright, so we start with you then. It is production phase for you.
Alright. Oh, so I have to...
We do all of your turns, by the way. So you're going to do production, movement, and then potential combat.
Okay. Okay. Alright, so...
Pretty bored.
So I will... Oh, it doesn't really matter, right, when I finish?
Yeah, you just play them up and say, "Here's my money." I'm putting money.
All right.
There's gonna be money.
So yeah, all right. So I'm gonna play these 2 for my money, and that way I can get 6. 6 money.
Money.
Bye bye, rebels. You were handy. You gave me monies. So that's nice. It is bold, but I think I'm going to do it. So I am going to spend 3 of those monies to unlock a special ability.
Okay.
On the shotgunner.
Okay.
Because the shotgunner special ability is kind of nice.
Yeah.
That's, not that they aren't all kind of nice, but...
No, they're all pretty good.
Alright.
Now you
So
may move if you wish. You can move up to 4 units.
Oh, that's kind of nice. Okay. Oh, you can only move up to 4?
Yes.
Okay. Then I will move these over here.
All right. And
See
now
what's going on over there.
combat happens. So
Combat will happen.
this is a value of 5, and it offers 3 money.
Okay.
Okay, so you have 1 leader, and these 3. And what's your benefit again for your thing? You're just adding a die, right?
If I have a structure
Oh, okay.
in the location that they're in.
Oh,
so,
okay. So you don't yet.
I mean, I have a structure, so
but they're not in that location. It's in
Right.
a different location.
but I'm adjacent,
Right.
so that gives me,
It does?
doesn't it?
No. A turret
Oh,
will.
it's only the turret. Okay, yeah. It's only the turret. Okay.
Yep. But you're still doing pretty good. You don't have to beat a 5. That should be pretty easy with that. And you can play cards.
So the lowest I can get on this is a 3, but I can get zeros on these.
Yep.
So, yeah. So that would be 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I would be guaranteed. I'm guaranteed to win if I play my shotgunner.
Yep.
Because my shotgunner has a bold maneuver special ability that is unlocked.
Mm-hmm.
That before dice are rolled, if you have at least 1 common in the combat, you may add 3 to the shotgunner's combat value during
Nice.
combat. Now, if I do so and I fail to win the combat, instead of destroying 1 unit, I must destroy all common units that I control in that combat.
Oof.
So that would be bad, but considering a 2 plus 3 is 5, which means I tie that right there, and I'm guaranteed a 3 here, I'm not going to lose the combat. So
Yeah.
it's safe to do that, and then I don't have to.
Makes sense to me. Oh, yeah. You did it.
Okay,
Wow.
I blew him away. Mhm.
So you get 3 money.
So my 3 money's back.
And then you control both those areas. So is that all for F, right?
That's all for F.
So your victory point goes there.
I can
So you have 1 victory point, I think, because it's worth 1.
Yeah, it's just 1.
It's not bad. 1's good.
But yes, but it's 1.
All right. And then I believe it's my turn.
So
Unless you have... No, you don't have anything else. Because combat's the last thing.
Yep.
And then we both do the reset after.
Mhm.
Okay, so I will play the Flakman and Motorized Patriot for 4 money. Just give me 1 though, because I'm gonna spend 3 of it right away. And I'm gonna upgrade the Handyman to unlock his special ability.
Mhm.
And then these are going to my discard. And then I may move. And I will be moving. These guys. Oh, and it's a 9. Okay. So I get 1 red die and
You
3
can
white.
just take those whole.
Yeah, it's the same exact ones you guys. I'm going to play the Handyman. Technically we play it face down, but it doesn't matter because we're not fighting each other. I'm going to play the Handyman because I just unlocked Reckless Strength. If this is the only card I played, his combat value is 6.
Huh? So basically, it's the same thing.
It's literally the same thing. Almost. It's a little bit stronger, but depending. Wow, so I didn't even need it, but it's still good to have.
Yeah.
I'd rather have it than not have it.
Yes.
So I will get 5 money, please. Also, you won a combat. You can upgrade.
Oh, right.
Forgot about that. And I can also upgrade. Do I want to do this? I almost want to unlock all my stuff.
I know. Some of these are really nice.
I am going to upgrade. I'm going to upgrade the Flakman.
Yeah, that's what I did. I unlocked the Black Man too. I'm sorry, that's
It's a good one.
superior armor is not bad.
All right, now we do the reset phase, so we can choose to discard any of our cards. I'm discarding both of mine, drawing up.
I'm actually gonna keep those 2 that I did not spend yet.
And now we have to draw and reveal one victory point card.
Dun, dun, dun.
What
So does this go away now?
Nope, not until the start of the turn, which is soon, but...
Alright, so, here to stay. You control 4 locations on the board with structures on them for 1 victory point.
Okay. Very similar to the one that we just pulled, except it was 3 for the other one.
Yeah, well, it was territories.
And so now we're on a new turn. And we're going to draw a New World event card. You can always just put it on top of the old one if you want to.
Dun, 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 dun. Purified Columbia. Great. Each founder player may choose to draw 1 additional action card this round and place 1 common unit on any location they control.
Huh.
Blues get to add, reds get to subtract.
Huh.
So you get 1 more card, and yeah.
Oh, and I get to put a victory point, so Booker won't be helping me. Because I forgot I took over that territory.
Okay, so we're tied.
Yeah, we're tied.
So
Booker will not be helping me.
alright. Yeah, alright. Together we provide. That's not bad. Yeah, these powers are really nice.
They are.
I kind of would like to have that unlocked too. All right, and you play. You've contributed 1 card.
Oh, yeah. It's hard to. There we go. I've contributed 1 card.
Just
Where can I put it where it shows good? But
And-
here we go. Like that.
so it has to at a 0 or higher. Ooh, at a 0 or higher.
It has to be neg 1 or lower for it to not happen. 0 or higher, it happens.
Then I did that wrong first round, because that first one would have passed because it was 0. Nobody influenced.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
So it dies. Just put the thing.
Yeah.
You didn't want it to happen, though, right?
I didn't
We'll
want-
mulligan it and just leave it, actually.
Because I would have changed it around and thrown a card or thrown one.
I didn't even think of that. Forgot all about that. Yeah,
that's-
it
I was
stayed.
like,
Yeah, I forgot about that. That's okay.
Yeah.
We will mulligan and pretend you threw a card down. I'm okay with that. I mean, I'll allow you to throw a card away and draw a new one if you wanted to stay, as long as you have at least 1 influence on that card that you throw away.
Well, I mean, because I would have, I had influence because I had 2 of these. I
Okay.
had these 2.
Let's put 1 down and draw another card.
Okay.
That way it'll be fair.
Alright. Now, seriously, I've got 2 of freaking everything.
You do. You'll have multiple.
I know, but I literally
in your
have
hand.
2 of each.
Oh, jeez.
Except I threw 1 away, so I don't have 2 of those. But I drew 1, so the one I had 1 of, I now have 2 of. Yeah, that was a good shuffling job. Well, okay. Alright. Alright. Vote.
Did you play anything?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I got my cards over here.
3.
That's what I wanted. Make sure it was 0, because I paid for. Because I would have just
Actually-
tossed the red hood and called it good, but I'm like, if it's 0, it still happens. Alright.
Yep.
So 4 points means it doesn't happen.
Right, because it's at 1, right? Yeah.
It's at -1, yep. Alright.
And you keep the player, so you don't get the thing.
Because I
still.
spent 4.
Mm-hmm. And so now it's production.
Alright.
Oh, no, wait, we have to move Booker first.
Oh.
Oh, and the Elizabeth thing goes down again. Damn.
Yep.
Alright, so this guy goes to 2.
To 2, which is up here.
Up there. And now more things happen.
So he doesn't fight if you have...
No, because he wasn't antagonistic.
Oh, right. He's not
The card was
yeah.
far away, and I thought it was his face, but it was Elizabeth's
Alright,
face.
yeah, tell me.
So Booker convinces Elizabeth to escape with him on the airship. Place the airship on the same space as Elizabeth. Immediately resolve any combat that takes place. Factions fight first. So you have to move the airship, and you won't have to fight Booker, but you'll have to fight the space. And that's painful.
Okay.
Alright, so you have to flip it over.
And I have to fight right now.
Damn.
Yeah, right.
Oh, God, it's gonna hurt.
So this one gets a red at least, right?
Yes. This is gonna mess up your whole turn because you're gonna blow your whole hand. Special abilities count and all of that, don't forget. So
I don't have any of my cards with special abilities.
sorry.
I didn't draw any of them.
That was horrible. That's why, now do you see why people hate Booker and Elizabeth so much?
Mm-hmm.
When you're playing the video game, you like them because you're playing them. But when you're playing the NPCs on the board game, you hate them because they suck. That is awful. That is the worst. That, on the bright side, I know that the rest can't be 10s. There's possibly an 11 and a 12 floating around out there, but there's only one 10, I think. I think there's only one of each denomination. I'll probably be wrong.
Okay.
Excuse me.
This sucks, but yeah, I have to do it. I have
Late on everything?
I have to spend them all. Because
Okay.
I don't have...
Just total up the combat because folks can't see your cards.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have anything else to do because none of these have unlocked yet. So, they're all 2s, so that gives me a 6.
Alright, so 6 plus whatever you roll.
And I'm not
You can
guaranteed
do
to
it.
win. I'm not
If you
guaranteed
do, though,
to win.
dude. Oh! Alright, so you get 5 money. You can upgrade.
Yeah. Give me my 5.
And the neat thing is, you control that area, so you can build a structure there if you want to.
Yes.
And you can move people there, but you have to use the zip line, which sucks.
Yes.
Or you can't move them there, you can move them... Ooh, that's painful. You'd have to move them and take over area 1. But that started you on your journey for the top area.
Wow. Alright.
I can't believe you even did that.
I made it. I didn't want to do it. It's not like I did it on purpose.
You have
but
enough money to
wow.
put a stronghold there, and I would.
Yeah, I'm
not saying you have to, but you'll have one on each side of the map
Yeah,
if you do.
I'm probably going to. I mean, I was going to build over there, but I was going to build a turret over there, but I'm going to build
You're
it
rolling
here
in cash. You probably still can. That was crazy.
That was insane.
Absolutely crazy.
That was insane.
You need to win the game now, just because that was awesome. I'm going to try to prevent that. Sorry, but
Well, yeah. I
but
hope you
kinda-
try. It's kind of the point of the game.
it is. But legit though, that I don't think we're going to see a better dice roll than that.
It's not bad. It wouldn't have helped me during the fight anyway. But this
looks crooked, but it's not. I don't understand. Oh, that is crooked. See, when you're sitting at a 45-degree angle, it makes it crooked when it's not.
Okay. So yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, I'm going to upgrade with that combat win, and Red Hood is going to get unlocked, because, yeah.
Because
Yeah.
reasons.
Together we prevail, so yeah. Alright, so he got unlocked because of the combat win. Now I get to... Well, I don't get to produce, because I have nothing left.
You don't need to, though. You have so much money.
I know, but I do get to recruit and build, so yes.
You can also use that to buy upgrades, too, if you want. Although you
Yeah.
probably want to do Stronghold
3,
first.
4. Yeah,
So 6, I think.
Yeah, it is. It is 6. But I just won 5, so that's not really costing me much.
Good point.
Okay, so I dance over here. Dance. Dance!
Dance, my minions, dance!
Alright. So can I put a recruit there too? Because I have money to buy.
Yeah, you have at least one unit there, and you have a structure, so you could do it no matter what.
Yep. So I want to buy. I'm going to buy a special unit just because he's all alone.
Yep, that's a good idea.
So I'll
You can fill some peons in there later and move them across the board, so
Yes,
it's not a big deal.
But considering the only way to get here is the zip line, I wanna.
You can fill up some people though and just spread your own though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Then you won't even have to necessarily move those guys. You can move them the other way.
That's true. I can do that.
It's totally up to you.
Yeah, but I definitely want to put somebody here, especially if they're going to be moving my card around.
That was brutal. It was awesome, but it was brutal as hell.
Yeah. All right.
Holy crud.
Okay, so that's my recruitment and build because I don't have any more monies left.
That was insane.
I'm keeping this. That was just amazing. I'm gonna keep
That
that.
was insane. It was
That one
awesome.
was lazy, but I'm gonna keep that one. All right. So I can move. So yeah, I was kind of good. So that's kind of wow. I am not going to move down here because I really don't want to start another combat right now.
I don't blame you.
And I don't need to have do I need to have a unit here to build? I can recruit as long as there's a building there too.
Correct.
As long as there's
Yeah,
something
as long as
of
you're
mine
in
is there.
control of that area.
Yeah.
And there's no way I'm getting in there anytime soon.
Yeah.
If ever.
That's why that's why I moved everybody out there. Of course, I was leaving.
I expected the ship to just be like, bye guys!
It's like, you're my ship. You should not be leaving without me, but that's okay.
In a video game, she gets mad and pushes them out of it, so.
Oh, well, that would be fun.
You'd be like,
That would be nice. Do that, please. That would go a long way to making up for that. But I mean, I won, so I shouldn't complain. That was fun. Yeah, I don't think I will be moving because I don't have any cards. So if I zip line and don't get a thumbs up,
you
I'm
could
gonna
get screwed.
I don't really want to do that, so I'm just gonna stay put then, I guess. Yeah.
That's okay.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that. I'm gonna be blowing all my cards.
I'm pretty much done.
This turn, pretty much. So.
Yep.
Alright.
Wow.
He's worth money. He's the only one worth money. Alright, so I will throw in my Flak Man for 2 money. That was sad.
Hey, you got some money too.
Not much.
Hey.
Alright, so what do I got? I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Alright. I'm just going to put these up here so that you don't have to keep handing across the board to me. I'm going to put 4 here and buy a special unit and put him there. And then I am going to... Do I want to put anything there? I'm gonna spend 4 to put a turret here. All my monies.
That's what I was gonna do.
Oh, you know what? I messed up. Technically, that would have happened because I have a +1 on my influence.
Oh, right.
It did go to 0.
Right.
Would you have spent another card, though, if you had remembered that?
I probably would have spent the one that would have added 2 instead of the one that would have added 1.
I'm not going to bother them.
Because I had...
I mean, I know you use them for combat, but that would have affected a lot of things, though. My bad. I forgot.
Well, no, because, I mean, I spent the flak hood for 1 with... I spent that. So I would have just spent that one instead of the flak man. They both have a 2 combat.
Oh, okay. Then it wouldn't have messed up anything. Alright, good. Jeez, I forgot. I'm not used to that power. I'm used to... What do I usually play? I think I usually have Comstock when I play blue. Alright. So, that's my recruit build. And then I'm gonna move some dudes. Where do I want to go? I can move 4, but do I want to? I don't necessarily want to. That's a blue, 2 blue because it's adjacent, and 2 white. I'm gonna just leave them there then. Fight. Although no, my 4th one I'm gonna move one of these guys up here.
Move him back. Gotta
have some guards.
Mm-hmm.
Move these around so we can still see. Whoa, he fainted. He fell off the bridge. He'll stand on the statue of Comstock's head. Alright, so I've got to flip this and see what happens. Everybody's... Ah!
Whoa, a 12.
Oh, my Lanta. Alright, so I get 2 blue and 2 white. Alright. I can't use that.
Well, you could. Whether it's worth it.
I'm going to do the handyman again, so 6. And I just need to try to roll 6. It's worth so much money.
Yeah.
4, 5. Yeah, I did it.
Yep. Whew. You rolled an 11. Which was good because you rolled a 0. You didn't roll a 0.
God, that was so bad.
And you got...
I think I
got
had
enough
6.
there.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, because I spent 8.
Yeah, I'm gonna say, you should have 8 there, so.
And then I can upgrade something. God, I don't know what this crap does. I don't remember what these
I
guys
know.
do.
That's what I was like. I don't know what these do, so I'm not going to. And then I drew one. I'm like, oh, that one I'm going to unlock.
I'm going to... For now, I'm actually going to upgrade my... Because I've been using the handyman so much, I'm going to upgrade his combat +1.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wait, no, it won't matter because it changes it to a 6. So that's not worth it. I'm going to unlock the shotgunner.